The sun had just begun to set when 5 strangers gathered at the crossroads of a small, open field. They came from different parts of the world, each drawn by the promise of something new, something better. Lila, from a bustling city across the ocean, had always dreamed of a place where she could speak her mind without fear. To her, this land was freedom, a chance to rewrite her story. Beside her stood Amir, a quiet man who had seen too much war. He came not for himself, but for his children, hoping to find peace in a place that promised opportunity for those willing to work for it. Sophia, who had grown up in the shadow of injustice, felt differently. Her people had fought for their rights for generations, and to her, this land was the ultimate test. Could it live up to its ideals of equality, or would it crumble like so many before it? Chen, a soft-spoken engineer, saw things in terms of progress. This place was a blank canvas for ideas, a land where innovation thrived, where even the impossible seemed possible. And finally, Miguel, whose ancestors had lived here long before the others had arrived. He stood silently, torn between the hope for something better and the weight of history, knowing that this experiment had already taken much from those who came before. They stood together, strangers from different worlds, united by the same question: could this land live up to its promise? "We're all here for the same reason," Lila said, breaking the silence. "We're here because we believe in the possibility of something better." Amir nodded. "But it's not guaranteed. Just because this land is called free doesn't mean it will stay that way. It's up to us to keep it that way." Sophia clenched her fists, her voice steady and strong. "My people have fought for centuries to be treated as equals. We can't stop now. If this experiment is to succeed, it must succeed for everyone, or it will fail." Chen smiled faintly. "The beauty of an experiment is that it can change. It's never finished. We learn, adapt, and improve, one generation at a time." Miguel, who had been silent until now, finally spoke. "This land, it's complicated. It has given and taken in ways you can't imagine. But if we stand together, maybe, just maybe, we can turn it into something truly great." The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the field. For a moment, the 5 of them stood quietly, contemplating the enormity of what lay ahead. They were part of something bigger, an ongoing experiment still unfolding. "So what do we do?" Lila asked, her voice barely a whisper. Amir took a deep breath. "We build. We fight for what's right. We make sure this land's promises aren't just words." Chen glanced at them all, determination filling his eyes. "This is our chance. The world is watching. We can't let it fail." They all nodded in agreement. Strangers no more. They had become part of the same story, the story of a land that was still being written.